Hello, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Starcraft 2 Wings of Liberty. My name is Iron Squire, and I will be taking you through the mission of Core Hall for this episode. The description reads, Arcturus Minsk's homeworld of Core Hall was once a prosperous colony until it was obliterated by Confederate nukes. Vast fortunes have been lavished on the planet's reconstruction since Emperor Minsk took the throne 4 years ago. Let us do it.
We have the Odin. Now we can use it to spearhead our takeover of the UNN studios on Core Hall. Once the Odin has taken out their defenses, we'll broadcast our evidence against Minsk. Figure they'll throw everything they have at us. They'll be talking about this one for years.
This will further be continuing the plot for Matt Horner, which is basically the main storyline of the entire campaign. We will... I actually can't remember what I promised you guys last time, but I think that after this there will be a Zeratul mission. But after, so after this, there will be another Zeratul mission. Alright, so we will be introduced to the Thor in this one, which is described as a heavy assault mech, and we'll be getting 120,000 credits of reward. Let us launch the mission.
Our raid on the Valhalla facility hasn't even been reported yet. The Dominion have no idea we stole the Odin. I had to call in every favor I had, but I got the Odin on the surface with Tychus inside.
Matt, you're a miracle worker. Must have been a complicated operation.
You don't even want to know, sir. I'm not going to let anything keep us from exposing Minsk.
So they're still expecting to film it at the UNN studios later today?
That's right. And we won't disappoint them. Seeing as he's the only one with experience, Tychus will pilot the Odin and hit the studio guards with a surprise attack. They'll be confused for several minutes, and won't even know who to attack at first.
And during the confusion, we'll establish a forward base using this command center we acquired earlier. Pretty devious, Matt. I like it.
If Tychus can inflict enough damage during the sneak attack, making the broadcast should be relatively easy. Keep in mind, we'll only have a few minutes before the Dominion realize that Tychus is in the Odin. Once they figure it out, they'll use everything they've got to stop us.
Whatever happens, we'll be giving Mex one hell of a broadcast. Let's do this.
I do love that epic "let's do this" at the very end as Raynor walks out. Sorry if you can hear my chair, it's squeaking as I'm leaning back in it. But okay, this mission is... I'd say it's relatively simple, at least on normal, which I am playing through, in case any of you were wondering. You're going to be, at first, just using the Odin and using it to attack the different bases that the enemy has. So... yeah, and then you're going to be establishing a forward base, and I think you'll have like 2 to 3 minutes to actually attack the media areas. So let us load Media Blitz.
I'm in the Dominion security network, bringing up their locations now.
Red does look good on Terran. Stupid chair.
All right, Tychus. Do you think?
There's Tychus parading around the Odin.
Thought you'd never ask.
As you can see, we have our base down here. We're just gonna hotkey them. Now, I'd recommend you do it first. Just hit B to go to the barrage. Try not to hit any citizens. And just right in the center, hit them hard.
Odin has gone rogue. Repeat. Odin has gone rogue. Bring it down. Attention,
And then again,
Pilot.
just hit them
This is
hard.
General Warfield of Dominion Command. You're ordered to stand down or face immediate termination.
Thankfully, it's basically just a one-shot kill against the tiny little Marines. Okay, so as you can see here, there are several bases spread throughout the map. The goal of these missions is there will be a little like circular pad there for us to be able to use. For which, what we'll be doing is we'll be standing a unit next to that circle, and that will begin to broadcast the message to these 3 broadcast towers. It's, again, like I said, it's relatively simple, but there are a few quirks to it. Like right when you start bringing in units, of course, you will be under a huge attack. Luckily, the Odin does tons of damage to enemy units. Thankfully, Reapers have no health whatsoever.
Let's see what this baby's got.
How's my sound? I feel like I've been blasting you guys with sound a little bit. Yeah, a little too much sound. There we are. Actually, you know what? Let's turn up the sound. Sorry, guys. I just want to get that perfect ambiance. Now, what I recommend you do is I recommend that you hit their production centers. Because, you know, if they can't produce anything, then once, like, let's say you just kill off all their units, or you kill off all their, like, every building at a time, and eventually, they're just gonna rebuild, you know? So I recommend that you make sure you destroy all reactors, tech labs, and key buildings, like such as command centers, barracks, factories, and star points.
Can I keep it?
And if it's any units that you say, ooh, it's not gonna go with my build, like if Hellions, Reapers, Ghosts, or whatever, make sure to kill them off. There's the Ghost giving the worst death cry ever in the world. Take out the missile turret because I do not. If I get any flyer units, I don't want them to be attacked. Let's just begin to hit the command center and then shift B over there. Let us see. Okay, we have some Vikings over here. Banshee, that should be no problem at all. Raven. Siege tanks over here might be a little bit of a problem later. Thankfully, there are not too many of them, so should be good.
Rock and roll.
What I prefer to do is, even though we had like 4 minutes to do this, I prefer to actually just focus on one of these areas.
Alert's gone out. It won't be long before they shut me out of their system.
Thankfully, I have a bit of a base established.
Kid, can a man take some pleasure in his work?
So yeah, I prefer to focus on one instead of just quickly moving about all of the bases. But yeah, that's just me. You can attack separate bases, you can attack one if you want. And for any of you wondering if I will be doing the secret mission of this game, your answer is yes, I will be. However, I'll be doing it at a later time. So if you're expecting me to do it right now, no spoilers intended, then, you know, sorry, I'm not doing it right now. Never say die. You know, there's times when the ghost is actually really, really cool when he dies, and then there's times where he gives that curdling, blood-curdling death scream, you know?
So are these guys. Don't sweat it.
Okay.
This baby's got it.
They stemmed inside that bunker. Alright. Close to no time, so we're just gonna start hitting the...
Big dog.
Nice! Oh, I wonder if that still worked.
The Dominion switched to a secure channel. I can't track their positions anymore. But I have gained access to the UNN network. We'll need troops to stay close to one of the broadcast towers long enough to get our message out. For our broadcast to reach all of Dominion space, we'll need to control each broadcast tower long enough to upload the data. Any unit type can maintain control.
You can bet Max will have something to say about that. Let's get moving.
As you can see here, we have the automated refinery, so...
Our base is up and running. I'm transferring control of it to you now, sir.
They followed me home.
This better be good. Big job, huh?
Alright. So we have Panthers. I'm sorry guys if I'm a little slow. I have not actually played the campaign in a very long time.
These stores are smaller than the Odin, but they handle better and they still hit hard. Enjoy.
Okay. Let's start building another
That big
Thor.
dog is all mine.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Okay, so at first for this game you just want to start building up an economy. I do recommend that you start setting in SCV to be repairing the Odin as soon as possible so that it may get up to full health. Because it will be a very powerful meat shield later on in the game. Or later on in the mission, I should say.
Not enough minerals.
Make sure you're constantly building SCVs.
SCV ready.
Wow, you finished quick. Alright, as you can see, we have the automated factory, so they're just going to be pumping gas, so we don't have to waste 3 SCVs on there. Oh, I guess it's not a waste, but you know.
You gonna give me orders? SCV ready.
Okay, now the Thor. The Thor is a... Well, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger in a mecha suit. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean,
I am here. Click me.
it's an extremely powerful mech unit, which mech being like mechanized infantry, which is a giant walking robot that has cannons on it. So, hope that gives you a clear enough picture of what it is. It has a normal cannon attack that you saw with the Odin, where it just shot from the arm cannons and then it has the splash damage attack that it has, the 250mm strike cannon, and then also what it has is an air attack where it shoots missiles from the top up here. Now that air attack does rather big splash damage, and that is one reason why the Thor is used as a counter for Mutalisks by Terran players. You can see there's so many in supply depots.
About to get heavy.